Welcome to this 1250 points game of bolt action. It is Blitzkrieg Germans here. They're up against Aaron Allen's British, and his army has changed vastly. You'll see it in just a moment. Completely new list, a load of new units here, so a fresh list for him. So we're going to run through the Germans first of all. 1250 points game. Just before we get stuck into this, for all of your Warlord Games models, there is an affiliate link below for Warlord Games. It doesn't cost you anything to use that link, but there is a little bit of kickback for us if you can use that link in the video description below. And for the Germans here, just a modified list from the previous game. So good enough armoured presence on the board, an infantry platoon, and then an artillery platoon there at the back. So artillery is going to be an officer and a man with a rifle. Then we have the short 75mm howitzer and then a Pak 36 anti-tank gun. Then for the armoured platoon here at the back, going to make him with the commander in charge of the unit. So it's a block of 5, 3 Panzer IIs, and then 2 Panzer Is with the twin machine guns. And then finally it is a rifle platoon. So officer and a man across here. We have an air observer and a man. We have a sniper team, 2-man sniper team. And then Hare infantry squads, 2 squads of 10, 1 squad of 9. Officers and men all equipped with rifles. And there's an MG34 in each of those squads. There is a half-track across here. And then Kradschützen, I think it's pronounced. It is the recon, the motorcycle unit here. So 2 of these motorcycles with sidecars. Paid the points to give 2 of the men SMGs, and then 1 of them is carrying an MG34. I have the models on standby for when they disembark just across there. So that's the list for the Germans. And just to point out, one of the channel sponsors here is Gaming Squared. They do fantastic 3D printed vehicles. For my force, Aaron's got some of them for his army. For the Germans here, it is all of the tanks across here are from them. It's the Panzer Is, which I've recently redone, and I've put different transfers on them. Ready for France 1940, but also pushing into the Russian front as well. So Panzer Is. The Panzer IIs are from them as well. So there's a link below for Gaming Squared for your 3D printed vehicles, and their range is expanded. They've added to the catalogue, and there's more on the way, so do check them out. So that's the German army ready to go. We'll take a look at the British here. As I've said, the list has changed vastly. All right, so Aaron listens to his critics, but it wasn't really critics, it was just suggestions. You know, what should Aaron get? Some people say, well, maybe 1 anti-tank rifle or or 1 tank, but Aaron's gone and got a whole load here, which is great to see. Completely different force. As you can see, full-on armoured force across there. I'll let Aaron run through what he has here in his list.
Okay, so this is my 1250 points of British Expeditionary Force. We have 2 rifle platoons. The first rifle platoon has an officer and 2 10-man rifle squads. There is a Bren light machine gun in each one of those squads. Then we have an artillery observer over here as well, and an anti-tank rifle team who will be travelling in the Bren carrier at the back there. Then we have a second smaller rifle platoon, again an officer, and 2 5-man squads, and the 5-man squads will be in the Bren carriers as well. And finally we have an armoured platoon, so we have a Dingo as our command vehicle, accompanied by a cruiser tank, and then 2 cruisers and a Matilda to finish off the armoured platoon.
Wow, okay, great to see. It's been a good while coming to see a good representation of British armour for the early war, but they're certainly here now in force, so great to see. As I'm going to point out here, at Gaming Squared, that's these 3 cruisers are from them as well. So, and the detail, like the riveting on these, is fantastic. So these have recently been added to the catalogues. Do check out Gaming Squared, link for them below, and a big shout out to them. Some amazing 3D printed models available from them. That's the Cruiser A10, is it? Yeah, the A10. Okay. So as mentioned before in our games, Aaron does painting commissions. This army has been fully painted by him. He is available for commissions. We'll leave a link or an email address that you can get in contact with Aaron if your own painting commission work. He's brought along a few examples of what he paints up. It's not just bolt action, but it's an example of some of his Napoleonics. Superbly done. So do get in touch with him for your own painting commissions. And Aaron can paint up your armies for you. and I'll show you one more. Chasseur à cheval.
Yep.
The Imperial French army. So that's some examples of some Napoleonics, which we would love to do on the channel as well, and keep a lookout for that going forwards. But for now, it's the early war, Blitzkrieg, British armies ready to go. We'll take a look at the scenario next. So we are going to play, just to break in Aaron's armour here, we're going to play a battle scenario. And the mission that's been drawn up here is Seek and Destroy. So very appropriate for armour, as both sides are trying to delete as many units as possible. So for Seek and Destroy, you get a victory point for each enemy unit destroyed. At the end of the game, you add up the total. If it is at least 2 or more victory points than the other person, or the other player, then it is a clear victory. If it's closer than that, then it's a draw. So you've got to kill enemy units and try and destroy a few more than the opponent, and that will result in a victory for either side. Then we rolled up for deployment zones, went to table quarters. Aaron's over in that table quarter across there, just marked by the orange dice. Centre of the board, just for our reference, is just there at the edge of the hill and the bend in the road. This is the first time, Aaron, we've fought across a land with a contour on it. We'll see if it makes... I think it'll make a bit of difference in the game. Real good piece of line of sight blocked in terrain. And then the deployment zone here for the Germans. We then rolled up for deployment type. It is meeting engagement, so armies are kept off the board. You divide the army up, and you can put units into the first wave. They'll come on guaranteed on turn 1. The rest goes into reserves, which comes on subsequent turns. Infiltrators, they can start the game on the board, such as the German sniper team. And have you got any infiltrators?
Just the artillery observer.
Artillery observer can start as well. I take it then my air observer possibly could start on the board by infiltrating as well. So a couple of models can start in the game, but other than that, it's going to be an empty battlefield, and then units rolling in on turn 1. So deployment stun is literally 2 units on the board. A bit of sneaky stuff going on here from the Germans. So 4 infiltrators deploying on the board. You put all the dice into the pot, which was 2 dice. We drew the British dice, and Aaron put the artillery observer. He's just there behind the hedge, trying to keep him relevant on the board, but at the same time trying to hide him away. Germans then responded with their sniper team, and they've gone up here, sneaking at the top of the building. And they do have a line of sight, and most likely have range towards that artillery observer. But it's a brave move from them. Remember, first wave, Aaron can bring on units. There's going to be units rolling onto the board straight away. So this sniper team may well be hunted down before they get a chance to put their shot in there against the artillery observer. We'll have to see. It all depends on which dice are being drawn. Both sides have organised reserves and first wave. So first wave for the Germans is the majority of their armies, all of the armour, artillery and infantry. We've gone into reserve with 1 squad of infantry and the Kradschützen, the bikers. And then for the British, quite straightforward. All of these units here is as first wave. Is that correct?
Yep.
And then all of these here plus the brain is all in reserve. So first wave, turn 1, reserves for these across here. So we are ready to get going. The battle's about to start. We've been sponsored here in this video by MuddyPawTerrain. They've sent some samples through. So this is basing sand that you can use for terrain projects and also for basing your models. It's very easy to use. It comes in tubs here, but it comes dry. So the idea is it's supplied dry, and then it activates when you add water to it or a thin layer of PVA glue. You can prepare your surface, whatever it is. It could be terrain. It could be your models that you're basing. You can prep it with water, PVA glue, or thin down PVA glue. You add the sand. You can then mist the sand with water. They supply these misters that you can use, or you can use your own. It then activates the poly sand, and it sets like concrete. So you can use it on multiple surfaces. And it's a quick and efficient way of basing your models, and also for terrain projects as well. So there's a variety of different types of sand here that are available. I've opened up one of these. So this one is the tan sand that's available. So if you're doing like desert war, which we're hoping to branch into, and that sand will be perfect for that. There's other shades. I'll crack open a couple of others here. This one here is called grey, just different shades here. This one's called platinum. So different types. I've been reading the comments and the reviews on these, and one of the advantages, because they're stored dry, they're going to last forever. You're only going to activate them with water or watered down PVA as and when you need them. So for long-term storage, they're going to be excellent. I'm just reading on the notes here, sent from Muddy Paw. You can go for a second misting of these to really set them in place, and once they're locked in and dried, you can then work on top of them. You can dry brush them once they're fully cured, paint them, washes, seal, add flock, and so on as desired. But sets like concrete once they're down, and you can also asked Muddy Paw if you can mix them up, and you can mix them up ready to like spatula on. Get about half an hour to work with the material, and then it starts to set. So versatile material, loads of shades available, more on the way. They're available in the United States, and also distribution available in the EU as well. I'll leave a link for these below. They're on an Etsy store, you can get a hold of them. And also here on the channel we have negotiated a discount code for you. You should see that in the video description below for 30% off here for Muddy Paw Terrain. I'm going to mention this in a few other battle reports going forwards. Hopefully we'll show you some examples of this being used. We'll do some samples of these materials so you can see that as well. But it's Muddy Paw Terrain. Link for them below, and make sure to use that discount code as well for 30% off across their range. So we're ready to go. We're going to remove these dice. We're going to roll straight into turn one. We'll start drawing some dice here for the first turn of the game. So on the first turn of the game, about to draw the first dice. It'll be interesting to see if the German snipers can get a shot off or not. As per usual, let us know any rules corrections in the comment section below. We always read them. So what is interesting, a lot of units have been declared in first wave. There is a restriction with that, and that is that you have to come on within your deployment zone edge. So first wave can't come on here, for example, for the Germans. They have to come on within that edge for their table quarter. The same with the British across there. So I'll generally going to see the vast majority of units coming on here for the Germans, and the same for the British over in that corner. In which case reserves then, they can come on your long edge, running across here, and the same for Aaron's. This opens up this way for the Germans, and it opens up that side of the board for the British. So we will draw the first dice. Aaron can draw it out the bag. It's a British dice. Ooh, he's happy enough. Yes, so yes, the artillery observer now knows where the sniper is, and then he can remove himself appropriately.
Right.
Where does he go is the question. I'm just gonna.
Well, yeah, rock on a hard place. I think we'll
going around there. Well, he's choosing not to be shot at by the sniper team. Fair enough. Okay, so that's his move done, and we can draw the second dice here. Sniper team cursing that they missed the opportunity. It's British dice again. So that will be a first wave unit. So Aaron can pick. We'll cycle through a few units here because obviously there's no real targets. Well, yeah, there is the sniper team across here. Okay, we'll let Aaron make his moves. Right, so Dingo's come on. He's zoomed up the board, made a single pivot. And that is actually, he's on a road there, so he can actually go ×2 speeds. 24 is an advanced move, so that's the boldest move I've seen him make. In our games, usually he's hanging around the back. I think he's got himself, you can check the range now, and I think you've got 6 inches there for, that's pretty obvious. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be 5s, 3s to hit for point blank. I can't react and go down. I'm just going to take a hard cover for these attacks. Won it. Force to wound.
Yep.
Yes, and force to block. We do. We'll just take a pin. Okay. Right, next dice. Hoping for German dice here somewhere. I think I remember to put them in the pot. British dice.
Sorry. I'm not fiddling that in.
No.
Okay.
All right, next up, cruiser tank has arrived on the board. We'll zoom in. There he is. First time he's touched the ground here in our battle reports. No pressure.
So he can shoot an HE 1 inch.
Oh.
So we're going to take a pot shot at the sniper again.
I'll leave them and hope you miss.
Okay.
Of course, he's hit. Okay, it's going to hit both.
Yep.
I'm just going to... We're going to check here because there's certain rules for HE in buildings, isn't there? Yeah, it's really bad if you get hit. I hoped Aaron wouldn't, but he has. It's D3 hits on me, though. It's a lower caliber. HE.
Just the one?
Just the one? Yeah, what I wanted to check is if you rolled a lot of hits in the building, can it hit the same model multiple times? The answer is actually yes. But it's just the one that's come through. You can now try and damage me on a 3-up, I think it is. And you have no cover, right?
No cover.
Ooh,
Yep.
Not casualty. My poor sniper team. Okay.
Do you trust me to pick another?
Yeah, we'll go for give Aaron another chance.
Around.
British dice again. Just gonna look inside. Oh yeah, no, it's good. They're all there. I know what he's doing. He's dropping British dice down his sleeve, catching them. Right, next one. We'll see what comes on next. British armor's starting to arrive though. They're coming up this road. The only target for them at the moment is a sniper team, which they're putting pressure on that for sure. It's another cruiser. Oh, it's so good to see them in our games. Well done, Aaron. Congratulations on getting these painted up. The second one's coming in. Looking really good. Rinse and repeat, right?
Yep.
I have to go. I'll go down then on these to try and reduce the number of HE.
Okay. It's not a hit.
And it's not a hit, it's a miss. Okay, we'll put a down order. Next dice. German dice. Okay. So, German dice. I've actually drawn another German dice as well. So, infantry. We're going to go the opposite. We're bringing on infantry first, for now at least. So, squad here's run. Made it to there. And then a run move as well with the half track and the squad add inside. Although they're a separate dice, aren't they? Which we can allocate on the... Oh, boy. Aaron's now brought on another cruiser. Okay, so we've seen this cruiser arrive. He's actually ended up here. There he is on the road. So that has now got a good angle covering down here. So British coming on like in a pincer. And then we have a brain gun carrier. Universal carrier has arrived. Moved on and point blank again into the sniper. Missed. Yeah, 4 and a 3. So British Blitzkrieg here. Another British dice. Could be magnets. They're all coming on here. It's good to see British mechanised forces, though. Something completely different to what you're usually playing. Usually it's British in defence. They've got their artillery and so on. But Aaron's all of a sudden rapidly expanded his collection. We're aiming to go for campaigns. So if we get a nice wide range of models available for the British Expeditionary Force, and also for the German force, which has expanded a fair bit as well. So second brain guns come on. This is going to be outside of point blank range. 2 shots needing 5.
5, so 1 hit.
Yep. That's a wound.
Yeah.
I told you missed 4 and 3. That's 2 hits. Point blank, remember? +2.
True.
Yeah.
It is.
So roll 2, and you can make a decision about him in a minute. Go back to his firepower. So you've got 2 hits come through. I'm going to try and wound. Leaving 4s.
1 wound.
1 to go through. And we died. Okay. So you can rethink this one if you want to rethink it. The sniper team's gone.
No, I'm happy enough.
Maneuvering like so. Okay. Make an adjustment if you want to. It's no problem.
Well, I might run him right up to the... should I?
Yeah, it's crashed through the fence and gone onto the road. Next dice. British again.
Yeah. So...
Yeah, so you can allocate onto reserve units. Now, I reckon we're getting this right. You can take your order dice, put them onto reserve units. You can put them onto units inside their transport vehicle. All the order dice are in the pot, and they can be used up by putting them into off-board units, which Aaron's done. Okay, we're going to cycle through some more dice here. So we've pushed on, we've cycled through a load of dice here. British officer has run into the building. We check the rules. You can run into a building, no problem. Then off-board, Aaron's been allocating dice. We've done the same with our German units. More German units turning up here, sort of funneling through this direction. The officers turned up here. Run, move here with the artillery. Maybe for some indirect firepower. Those can link up with air observers for calling down artillery. So I've tried to tuck this one away, hidden away to provide some firepower support. And then German dice has come up. We're onto the tanks now. Panzer II has come on here. It's gone 9. And it's going to put some shots into the Daimler Dingo. It is within range 24, so it's short range. And we're going to try and hit. In 5, so get 1 hit. Pen +2. You're a 8. God, it's 6. Nowhere near. Okay, 1 pin. I'm just going to hold at that point. We've got 2 super supporters on the channel for Patreon. 2 commanders. So we will go with Chris Hutchins. You go with the British.
Yeah, well, I think...
On to Dingo.
Dingo was...
Okay. If the Germans will go with Gareth Wallace, one of our super supporters. We'll put him onto the Panzer Commander here. So that's Gareth just there. Von Wallace here for this game. Okay. Big thanks to them for their support. Really has helped give us a kickstart here on the channel. You can support us through Patreon. Link below. A couple of tiers available. Also membership as well is available. And on membership, we're creating a lot of content for you. The terrain series is all going to be exclusively on membership. We have the roads. If you like our roads, full tutorial and breakdown on that one, showing you exactly how it's done. We have a tutorial on the hedges as well. That is available, and also a guide on trees. If you like our trees, there's a full guide on membership. There's more to come. I plan to do a tutorial on the hills. You can see the new hill there. There's cornfields to do, other accessories, there's buildings to move on to as well for this France 1940 terrain. So you can access those on membership. There's another series on the way which we'll reveal soon. And we also have campaign videos which are here. We have a 2-part campaign. Both parts are live, and that is 20mm bolt action, which works really well. And it is the American airborne D-Day landings against the SS in those 2 videos. And those are massive battles. They're big battles. And you can check those out on membership as well. So link below, or you can go to the channel homepage, hit the join button to access channel membership, which is now live. Okay, we've come on here with Gareth Wallace, the commander. We're going to rinse and repeat 2 shots into that most hated Daimler Dingo. We were at a museum 2 days ago, and I think they had the offspring of the Daimler Dingo. They had a ferret. And I think that is, it looked exactly the same as that, but with a turret and machine gun. And they used it like 1953 onwards, I think. It's called the ferret. So, yeah, it had children. It did well. Okay, we're going to go 2 shots, name 5. Well, 1 hit does come through. It's going to be another pin. And 6 for superficial. Nowhere near. Okay. Can't believe we're actually going to have to try and get closer, or side or rear armour on that thing to actually cause some trouble. But Panzers are starting to let loose with their light automatic cannons. Okay, correct us if we're wrong. I bore on a Panzer 1 here. I can see up and over very clearly upstairs against this officer. I can shoot through a friendly unit because I can't damage him with my machine guns. We're both happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. But let us know what you think in the comment section below. 2 hits. 1 wound. Cover save. 4+.
Yep.
Oh, he survived. Took a pin. We also brought on a Panzer II. Not down here at the bottleneck, but way over across here. So starting there and an 18-inch run. So all of a sudden the Panzer II on the extreme left-hand side for the Germans. Okay, German dice. Okay, so last of the dice drawn, just to round off the turn. As Pack 36 has arrived here. Air Observer has arrived here. So Germans really bottlenecked and hoping to break out from here. Panzer 1, the second one came on, has joined the Panzer 2. And then around the other side of the board, the Matildas arrived. Aaron cleverly has kept it off the board until now, so he's going to use it to try and plug the right-hand side. It's going to be a major obstacle for the Germans to try and break through. 1 Panzer II and a Panzer I against this. There's not much chance for us. We have to think carefully about how we're going to try and deal with the Matilda, or maybe just stay away from it during the game, pick on softer targets. There's a chance to see the British perspective here. How does it feel to have armour then?
Well, it's a bit more confidence inspiring.
Ah, yes. Right then, British with their armour this time around to match, if not surpass, the German armour in this game. We'll see. Any kills yet? Yes, 1 sniper team. It's 1-0 here to the British at this stage. We're going to go on to turn 2 next. So, turn 2, first dice. We'll let Aaron carry on here. British dice, quite crucial. The string of, not just the first dice, but the string of dice that come out here on turn 2. There's a few things lined up. Obviously, this clash of armour that's taking place down here. All right, so dice drawn. Bren gun carriers moved. Where was it? It was on the road, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it's moved and then pivoted. Okay, and then German dice. We've made an advance move. I think we have the disadvantage here. I've pushed forwards. I've had to go round the bend because Aaron's pushing through with one of the cruisers here. We do have line of sight and range. 2 shots and aim 5s. And we've missed. Whoosh, those shots miss. Next dice. German dice again. Okay, so German dice, I'm going to turn it into a snap to action. This is a commander who paid the points for him. So Commander von Wallace. We're going to go with an advanced move though with the Panzer I, get him on the move. We're going to put our shots into the lone officer. Aaron has elected to go down. So 5s. Whoa, hot dog shooting here. 4 hits. 4s to wind. 2 go through. Cover saves of 2 up. Just about passed. Gone off the road. It's hostile down here. I really don't. I'm intimidated by Aaron's armour here. I think it's the first time I've said that here because with the new British stuff. So we've moved across here, pivoted, and we're going to put 2 shots into that dingo. We do get 1 hit. Pen plus 2. 6 is good. Nothing. So it's just going to be a pin on him. Bounce. So British dice. Something else actually. Yes, a fire order from here, and it's gone in against the cruiser. We'd be glad to have potentially some Stuka support coming through. British dice cruisers manoeuvred in a way to bypass the terrain, just on the bend here, this natural bend on the road. So Aaron's manoeuvred the cruiser to bypass that, and it's going to be a 5 up to strike him. No, missed. Tricky angles in this game that have naturally developed with the way the game's gone. We've got this dynamic across here, the long-range firepower exchange. We've got cruisers across their Bren gun carriers, Germans with their Panzer Is and Is, anti-tank guns and air observers. Another angle's developed across here, there's bend in the road. And there's a third one, and that's across the back line across here. Do the Germans break out? What do the British do with the Matilda to cover their It's behind. Because if the British push through here, the Germans can try and sneak around. That's something Aaron's considering. The other thing is not the lack of, but we're not seeing British infantry on the ground here. They're protected inside their brain gun carrier. So a different way of conducting affairs here for the British. And I think Aaron's happy enough with proceedings so far. Okay, a few more dice have been drawn. Ambush and ambush. These are a bit redundant at the moment. And we have had Yes, a fire order's come through from Aaron's observer. He survived. He escaped the snipers and he's looked down the road and he's marked up here for the barrage coming in. Matilda's on the move as well. It's gone into the gap just there at the entrance to the field. Watching carefully. Trying to coax out the German armour maybe. Okay, it's just a regular advancement. Next dice. British dice next. I'm watching across there. What is Aaron going to do with his cruisers? All right, we're being hunted here. The cruiser's manoeuvred out across here. You can see he's moved off the road and heading in this direction. And he's going to put shots into here. Into Wallace, one Wallace.
5?
Yeah. No. Miss shot whizzes past. Right, interesting angles here. I wonder if I can reflect it on camera. So the other A10 cruiser's moved up the road, but the angle you can see it. Can't see onto this pack 36. But Aaron does have hardcover shots here against this Panzer II. A real armoured exchange going on. 5+ for a hit.
Nope.
You get punished if you move with these shots. This is long before the M1 Abrams of its... No. It's way before that. The Centurion, wasn't it? Was a self-levelling gun in the 1950s. British dice again. Okay. Much of the British armour's been and gone here. They've done their manoeuvres. So pressed ahead, turn 2 mostly concluded here. Anti-tank gun, no targets. So I could have gone HE against that officer, but we've run across here and done a run move to get into position to shoot across in that direction. Infantry squad's arrived. We've done a down order on our Kratsutzen motorcycle team. And I've backed off here with the Panzer II. The brain gun's turned up over there. That's got the anti-tank gun, or anti-tank rifle team, which has disembarked, gone into the hedge, and does have line of sight and shot onto the Panzer I, which is yet to be activated. One shot, Nina 5+. Good shot. It's a debut for them, actually. Aaron doesn't usually run the anti-tank rifle. So what's the pen?
It's a 2 on that.
Pen +2. Okay, I think we're at an 8.
Okay. So,
but we'll check. We'll see what he rolls. Oh, he's gone and got a 6. How interesting. We shall consult the rules here. I was hoping we were an 8, we're not, or a 7. Makes sense. It's an armoured carrier, in which case it is a penetrating hit. Aaron is within half range. So, D6. Oh, crew stunned. Got away with it. No. Yeah, crew stunned. Extra pin, so 2 pins on me. And a down order, so I won't be able to back up. Interesting, so we're stuck there. And that actually marks the end of the turn. The last couple of dice coming through. My last dice was that dice. That's them finished. And then the others, British dice, was reserve units, which Aaron's kept off the board. So turn 2 comes to an end. The spread of play is all across the table here. There's no real objectives in this game. So both factions, both sides are trying to line up kills, basically, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And where that is, where the balance of that is, there's this continued exchange across here. Germans trying to tip things in their favour against those 2 cruisers. We've got this conundrum down the road, this bend in the road, which is about to have artillery barrage coming in. And then this situation across here, where the Germans are holding, don't want to push around the corner because there's a Matilda sitting across the entrance, and also now being supported by an anti-tank rifle team as well. This is a foreign foe we're up against here for us, not used to mechanised British armour, and so a real learning curve for us for sure. It still is anyone's game. Casualties wise, we've lost 1. Aaron's lost none. 1-0. We'll press on to turn 3. So turn 3, where is the target? It's him, isn't it? Yeah, he's got the marker on the back of his hull. And we go to here for airstrike table. And we're going to roll dice. I think 4+ is good. A 5. Here it comes with a roar. The aircraft begins its attack run. My airplane on the table. Look at that. It might not be a Stuka, but it's just the rule of cool sometimes takes over. Follow the sequence below to resolve the airstrike. The chosen target has already been destroyed. The plane simply flies by. So the target hasn't been destroyed, so we'll press on. So resolving the warplane attack. First of all, we place a suitable token 18 inches away from the intended target to represent the point in which the aircraft opens fire. So like the aircraft's target is here, but 18 inches away is where the strafe will come across. So we'll work that out first of all. So point of target here, 18 inches away to start the strafing run. So the aircraft looking something like that. Just looks so good. I really am just taking in the moment here because it's cost 86 points to do it. Roll up here for potential damage next. We're at the stage of causing pins. So 6 inches him, and then 6 inches from the target unit, which will clip that tank. This is just for pins we're doing. And then at this point here as well, within 6 inches of that point, which is those two. So we're just going to dish out some pins. So the Daimler Dingo is D3. 3 pins. Bit of disruption here potentially. And then the Bren for 3. Add the A10 across there, the one in the field, for 2. And then the target itself for 2. All right, so that's the pins resolved. Next up, we have to determine the type of attack, because different types of airplanes here. So I just roll a d6. It's a 4, which is a fighter bomber. The target unit takes the equivalent of an indirect fire hit from a medium howitzer, including the additional pin markers. See the weapons table for details. Infantry artillery can go down to halve the hits. Armoured targets hit on the top armour. So we'll resolve this next. So add medium howitzer. Just run through this here. Is HE3. And we go here for pen plus 3. It will cause D3 pins. And it says vehicles top armour for an extra +1. I reckon we get that as well. So D6 plus 4, and we're trying to equal or beat an 8. So 4 plus would be good. 5, a penetrating hit, nice. And then we will roll the result. Which is a 3. It's on fire. The hit ignites the vehicle's fuel or ammunition. The crew are panicking, being fear of being trapped inside a burning wreck. So we're just going to work out pins. So I'm going to give you D3 pins for this one. So 1 pin, plus another one for our result. So an extra 2 pins on him. Okay. So we'll resolve that. Additional pin marker. You've got to take a morale check. If the test is passed, the fire has been put out. To place a down order. If it's failed, then it's a knockout. It's going to be a bailout here. Okay. 8. Oof.
That's actually modified by the pin markers that it's just received.
Yeah, that's what we're going to check. There could be problems for this tank here. For morale tests, Aaron's gone to the smoke box. It's a bailout here. It's a fire on board. The crew have panicked and they're going to disembark here. So a successful strike from the aircraft. Out of nowhere, really. Oof, boy, it's well timed here for the Germans. Will it make an overall impact in the game and their battle plan? We'll have to see. But one of these cruisers has succumbed to an aircraft attack. Yeah, liking the air observer in the list, especially if we're going to be in the future facing more and more armour. Having an aircraft on standby is useful for sure. Chance for some revenge, perhaps, for the British. We're going to call in their barrage next to see if it arrives. So for you, it arrives, or you roll dice to see?
It
can move as well. Yeah, we'll check. 4 plus.
2.
No.
That is delay correction. Nothing happens. Leave the token in place. If the observer is still on the table, I can move the token up to 12 inches, including to a point out of sight of the observer.
Aaron can move the token, which may well be useful enough. Okay, not very sporting of the British. They've put the marker there. Exceptionally disruptive for sure, but nothing coming down this turn, but it's certainly a danger of it. Next turn. Okay, so we'll press on to the first dice. Okay, potentially an opening for us. 1 cruiser down, so we have a German dice that's come up. We've pivoted and manoeuvred across in this direction with a Panzer II. 2 shots, the obvious target into that other cruiser. And we've missed with both. Okay, next dice. We'll capture this one. British dice. Okay. British dice. Aaron's going to take a shot. Remain stationary. 3 up. Missed. Whoa. tank activated for the Germans. 2 shots towards that cruiser. Miss. The tanks aren't striking their targets here. Okay, next dice. Whilst he can, add British dice drawn, another anti-tank rifle shot into the Panzer 1. That's a hit. 7 with your pen +2. No, a pin caused. Passed his test, activating the cruiser. Cleared a pin. 4 up into the Panzer. Missed. Whoosh. So we're well into turn 3. Try to clear this area. Panzer 1 has done a full-on run move across here, pushing deeper into British territory. We've relocated with the Pack 36, does have a line of sight across in that direction. We've activated this German infantry squad and run them up the road, again just trying to get away from here. And the Panzer 1, we tried to activate it and failed. It's gone down, so it's sat where it is. And Aaron has gone into ambush with a number of his Bren gun carriers. He's on a rally on the Dame Dingo across there, so it's cleared all of its pins and obviously hasn't moved. And then there's British dice being drawn, but Aaron's putting them onto units inside their transports and also reserve units, just keeping them off the board as well at this stage. German dice. So we've pressed on. There's a number of units that both sides are holding off with here. My Panzer 2, which still hasn't been activated, the Matilda. Aaron's holding off with that one till the very end of the turn. You can see a shift of the German infantry. Officer snap to action. They move right across here. Run, move, and advance move with the half track. Ambush across here, just a bit redundant with these two, but at least they're safe at this point. British observer, the artillery observer has just moved with British dice. And again, Aaron's been putting down orders onto units inside their transport vehicles. And also British infantry in reserve are being kept off the board as well. Germans have kept their motorcycle unit off the board for now. Safer off the table. Oh, here we go. Is the Matilda going to commit to that flank? Because once she's over there, she's there for most of the game. The odds are in the Matilda's favour. It's a very tough tank. Germans have just got a Panzer 1 and a Panzer 2. And Aaron's going to go for it. So it moves at an infantry rate, 6 inches. That's going to get the shot for the tank. And what can you see?
I can see the Panzer 1.
Panzer 1. Which is already down. It's already on 3 pins. Aaron hit it on a 5+.
Come on.
No. Escaped. Yeah, both factions here struggling with accuracy with their tanks. We're being pushed into the mid-war. We're being urged, surging on, or being urged to, or nudged towards the mid-war, which we're planning to do.
Just 2 German left.
2 German dice left, and that'll round off the turn. Okay, last couple of German dice. They're quite crucial, actually. A couple of interesting moves taking place. Disembarking from the half-track and going into the hedge, just to be a threat on that flank, or on the flank of that vehicle. And then the Panzer 2, we're going to be heroes. We've activated and gone through. So if I zoom in, you can see. Looks good. 2 shots, point blank range, side armor, and point blank. Come on. 3s. 2 hits. Right, at least we'll get a pin. And then we're looking at pen +4, I reckon, side armor and point blank. And you're a value of a 9?
Yeah.
We've got a chance. We've got a chance. We do. Right, okay. So that's a penetrating hit, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
A 4. Don't think that's bad. 4 damage. It's a knockout. Oh. We're just going to run through this because it's cheeky enough. It is the way the light tanks are meant to take on the armour. Flank them, get close, get around the rear armour. We'll just check here. It's hitting you on 3s because we're striking at point blank. We got that correct. Our pen is +2. Light automatic cannon. 2 shots. Pen +2. You can fire it as normal AP or HE. We went for normal AP. Vehicle side or top armour is +1. And then point blank range is +1. Takes us to +4 total. And we rolled a 6. So we've got a 10, needing a 9 or more. Yeah. And then a 4+ on regular full damage is a knockout. We've done it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That is pivotal. Against the odds. But, I mean, what would he get for that? Iron Cross? Get something. Well, Aaron was thinking of more like a stamp on the... It's getting stamped on, but... Well. Armoured Clash and the Panzer II at point-blank range, getting through the side armour, has caused a knockout against the Matilda. That's huge. It really is quite a turnaround here, or a momentous event. German infantry stacking up along the hedgeline, getting ready to make an attack as well. Now these tactics, they weren't meant for you. This is when I was forming this German army to fight the French and the Char B1, the super the tanks, and you're reading the accounts of how the Germans just rolled through, attacked. They did attack at close range, side armour, rear armour. They worked their way around the sides and the rear of the French tanks and overwhelmed them. And so that's kind of those kind of tactics we're using. It's the best chance. I can't do a long range exchange with Matilda. We'll lose most of the time. So our only hope is to get close and work the flanks and the rear. And it's paid off here. The tactics paid off. All right, so we are on turn 4, and it's going to be critical with the first dice draw. British dice. Okay. There's so many places that Aaron could use his first dice. Where to make his decision here? Just sensing the Germans, the game swung to them. Just a couple of... We're saying not really... just good results. They fluke because it was an aerial attack that went well. This one, the tactic paid off. But those two results across there, 2 tanks down, it's definitely swung the game in favour of the Germans here. Right, I thought he would. Did you expect I was going to try and assault you?
Assuming you were going to do something like that.
Yeah.
When you're that close.
We were just going to test the rules just to see what we could do. And that was me from a few turns ago thinking I don't stand a chance taking out armour. And then those 2 results that we've seen, the idea was to maybe try and chase British armour with the infantry. But the tank has backed off. There's no pins on that thing. It's reversed up the road, then pivoted. Now Aaron's going to put a shot into the Panzer II here. Revenge is the word, but it's a 5+ for a hit.
Come on.
Oh, he does get the hit. He does. Well done. Okay. It's not point blank, so we full effect though. But a D6 + 4. No cover in the way. And we are an 8. Superficial. Damage of a 1, which will be crew stun. So 2 pins in total. It is a down order though, so that Panzer II will not be able to go on the rampage now. It's been silenced. Out of sync, we just got a bit carried away. 4+ for something to happen here.
3.
A 3.
So I get to move it again.
Oh, okay. Up to 12 inches.
Yep. We'll go 12 inches directly towards that.
Please.
Clisty targets over there.
Okay. Next up, so we've moved it. It's gone here. Token. Anti-tank rifle. Going to go into the Panzer II. It's already on a down order, but Aaron just wants to try and... We might be able to do something, actually. 3s. Well, he's got a 6. It could be a 4, but anyway, he's got a 6. And then side armor, you're going to get
3.
3 and 2 and 1, 6. So just a pin, 1 pin marker. He's going to his tanks again. British are on edge here. So cruiser. He's going to move. Why did I ever get manipulated into collecting armor? It's something to master. It's different, isn't it? It's a different style to, for sure. Aaron's used to operating the artillery. They're not here. The British 6-pounders. Lots of infantry squads, but completely different this time. Mechanized infantry, which I think is a great concept here. It works well. Bring gun carrier teams. Just happy to stay inside their transports. To clear a pin. He's good. So good. Clear. Okay. And point blank into the Panzer 1. Okay. 3 up. Oh, missed again. Whoosh. The shot goes past. Oof, it does. Hand the initiative over to the Germans here. Panzer 2 stacked up and ready to go. British dice coming up again. It's helped Aaron in the early parts of the game, but he's cursing these early dice coming up here at this stage, forcing him to use other units. Okay, some further dice have been drawn. Panzer 1, ignoring the armour, not that he can do anything about it. I've gone across at 9 inches, and then I love pushing through of these, just machine gun shots into the anti-tank rifle team, but they all missed. Brain gun team's gone up the hill and then put some shots down here onto the German infantry and caused a pin. I also took a casualty. That was shots from the Daimler Dingo, a hit and a wound and a failed cover save. They're not in the hedge, they are. They were meant to be assaulting the tank, which since driven away. German dice. We're happy enough with the corridor coming through here. And we're going to put a shot into the cruiser. We need a 3. 4. It's pen plus 4. I think we're going to be out of long range, or out of short range. We are just in range 24, so it's going to be a straight up plus 4. Oh, nearly. Oh, 1 pin. Oh, we had the chance, More dice drawn, mostly British. Brain gun carrier moved, shot across here and missed. Brain gun carrier moved, pivoted, shot and missed. Over there. Sorry, I don't have to recap these things. We'll do the same tactics. So German dice advance and offload 2 shots at point blank range into the side of the cruiser. Brutal stuff here. 1 hit. 2s. Yeah, it's 1 hit. We're looking at pen plus 4. 2. Failed. Just a pin. German dice. The commander's turned off and gone across here. So 2 shots, point blank range. It's going to be frontal armor. 3s. 2 hits. Pen plus 3. Got him. Almost. And then the result. Oh, pop. Target destroyed. We'll figure out what happens to the crew inside. But a brain gun carrier has been taken out here by Panzer 2. We found the rules for this one. It's damage on vehicles inside transports. It's on page 147 for your reference. D6 damage. D6 small arms. Casualties with no saves allowed.
D6,
or is it D6 hits?
D6 hits and then you have to
roll to kill.
Yeah, roll to kill,
Yeah. So Aaron can roll the D6, or it doesn't matter. I can do it.
You roll it. It's your damage.
Oh dear. Okay, and then 4s for kills, right? Because it's a small arms. So 3 models slain. Aaron will take the pin from the vehicle, so 1 pin, a down order, and he can disembark D6 inches from the vehicle. So you can roll that one. And because it may only be an inch, which it is. So they just bail out around the edges of the vehicle. What a mess. Panzer 2's doing their job though, flushing out light vehicles. That is their forte. Gareth Wallace here, one of the top supporters on the channel. There he is, being a hero on the right hand flank. The other observation about armour is it's a lot more swingy than infantry. Infantry can like absorb, take damage, whereas a tank can be there 1 minute and then gone the next. It's quite something to bear in mind here. Aaron's mind's lost here amongst the chaos of German blitzkrieg. German tanks, you can see them pushing through, penetrating through the British lines here, bypassing targets, just offloading shots as they go. Realistic enough, though. Yeah, it's a reflection historically. There's not much options left here for the British. Most dice have been drawn, just down to the last few dice here. British dice is Aaron's successfully brought an infantry squad and they've run up the road to try and assist in this direction. Next up, a German dice has been drawn. We've gone for an officer snap to action across here. Pass them out. All right, this is turning brutal. So first part here, we've moved out of the hedge onto the road, point blank, offloaded into that British infantry squad that's moved in. We've just arrived on the board. 6 of them brought down at point blank range by that German squad. Hyper aggressive stuff here from the Germans. Okay, dice drawn. So we completed this across here. Officer went into the woods. Infantry squad pushed forwards, offloaded their shots. Just it's an open top, so we can cause pins. We can't penetrate, so we cause an extra pin on the Bren gun carrier. But this is an aggressive German assault here across the road and heading off towards the hill. And then across here, the motorcycles brought them on. You can't move and shoot with them. So we've just done a run move. You can make any number of turns that you want. We've weaved our way through here and then facing off in this direction. We'll see if we can pick up early German dice next turn. And then we're down to the last few dice left here, and then the turn's finished. Air observer shot a rifle across here and hit, caused a pin. No damage, but a pin on this German squad. And that's the turn finished. We activated snap to action across here. We've run everything across as far as we can in this direction, trying to avoid the artillery marker. And that's the end of turn 4.
Yep.
Okay, turn 4 comes to an end. Germans surging forwards here. They've seen the wrecks and damage caused. Their infantry taking heart from that, taking the fight forwards against these British units. Going to roll on to turn 5 here. Once again, dice drawn. God, boy, are these units close to each other. See what dice comes up first here on turn 5. Okay, first dice drawn is German dice. Oh boy, and there's officers all over the place ready for snap to actions. Artillery, yes, we'll resolve that. I'm just capturing some of the close-ups here. 4+. Yes.
Don't think.
Just blowing up daisies.
Well, that's 6+3. I don't think there's any better than 9.
9. No, we managed to escape.
So that disappears.
Disappears. All right. So artillery resolved. How many of those do you get in a game? 2.
So I'll get another one at some point if he survives.
If he survives, yeah. Okay. Well, we go on to a German dice. Plenty of options. We'll figure out the best one here. There's good number of options for us. Okay, officer snap to action. It's proved critical here for the Germans. So passed our order test and assaulted the dingo, the artillery observer, and what was left of the infantry squad. We took 2 casualties. We caused 3 or 4 and destroyed those infantry units. Then regrouped into the hedge on the hillside. Assaulted across here against the Bren gun carrier, open topped. Charged in with 10. Got 6 hits, which is pen +6. Rolled a 2. We got an 8. Aaron's a 7. Penetrating hit. A penetrating hit you don't roll on the table against open topped. It's a straight destruction, so that unit was destroyed. And then 2 infantry slain and pinned, disembarking D6. With what's left of that crew. Devastating stuff at German infantry, hyper aggressive. It's paid off for them. The officers then moved out of the hedge and pushed up with the assault. So British dice drawn. I'm just going to zoom in here just to capture the flavour of what's going on. We've never really had these kind of situations in any of the games that we've played so far. I think it was Russell who helped co-write and proof the 3rd edition rulebook. He plays at SSWG Wargames Club and organises tournaments. He said, you should try assaulting vehicles. It's effective and good fun. So, and I'd have to agree.
Depends on your perspective.
Oh, sorry, Aaron, yeah. It's worth bearing in mind. Getting infantry into position and then jumping on vehicles. And these are untrained, non-anti-tank. Imagine mid-war, well-equipped anti-tank grenade type infantry units. They are dangerous against vehicles. So it opens up another possibility. It's not just I've got armor, you've got armor. There are other ways of dealing with armor with appropriate infantry units. British dice. Order test.
9
No.
to 11, no.
Down. Oh, man. This is looking grisly on this flank. All right, cruiser tank here. Aaron's insisting on getting as close as possible with the tank he wants. He's trying to work his way around to get side armor. But single shot here, needing...
May as well just do like that.
Yeah. 3+. Got the hit.
Okay.
Pen +4+1.
Come on. Oh,
Yeah, what?
sick.
Oh.
These guys need to go back to basic.
Back to basic training. Oh dear, frustration. It's a blitzkrieg frustration here for the allied player.
Right.
It's realistic, but Aaron doesn't like it. It's not pleasant. A few actions taking place, not necessarily in this order, but Panzer 1, having cleared its pins last turn of the rally, it's gone 9 inches. Aaron didn't go down and took 1 casualty in the pin with the anti-tank rifle team. Then across here, I don't like doing it just for the look of it, but we've disembarked with the motorcycle team just across the fence, and they offloaded at point blank, took out the 2 infantrymen that were left from the Bren gun carrier team. Germans mopping up with brutal efficiency here. British dice drawn next. Dingo didn't move, point blank range, and has put shots into the infantry squad ahead and caused 2 casualties and a pin. Fire order, 3 up against Cruiser, or Crusader. 3 is a hit. It is 20, nothing's changed. It is within short. Pen +4. 9 goes through. The result, pop again. Oh, another tank goes up. Brain gun teams pushed forwards point blank and taken out one of the infantrymen from the same squad and caused a pin. Yes, I have to pass morale with that Panzer 2, German dice. 8. How many pins have we got?
3.
Oh, no. Down order. Panzer 2 doesn't obey orders. Turn 5 comes to end. We've rounded off across here. I'm just trying to think of all the ones we've done. Yeah, so we've had an officer across here, drew his pistol and caused a pin on the motorcycle squad. Aaron's brought on the officer and the infantry squad. They put firepower down. Combining it with the firepower that came from these was enough to cause lots of pins. Finally, a morale check came through, which we busted and failed, and units been destroyed. So German infantry squad brought down. We moved with the Panzer 2 and fired across here, no effect. The Panzer 1 activated, moved across, and a pin and a casualty on the fresh infantry squad. Activating these just on an ambush. Moving up to the hedge, and just behind here with the officer. Hanomag's just gone into ambush, nothing for it to do. And that is everything here. So, just capturing the flavour here. German infantry assault through the middle. That's proved brutal in this game. The armoured conflict has gone in favour of the Germans in this game. Definitely both armies sizing each other up. Aaron's used to this German force, but it's been a learning curve for the Germans taking on British armour. This time around it's gone well, but I think the game could have swung either way, just on those hits and damage rolls with the armour. Okay, end of turn 5. We're borderline close to calling this one, because we know how it's going. Germans have victory, but we're going to press on. We're going to do turn 6 here in this game. So turn 6 next. German dice drawn. It's the Panzer 2, bold as brass, advances across here and is going to go for a rear end shot into the cruiser. You're a cruiser type tank and you're called a Crusader. Sorry.
It's an 8M cruiser. It's called the rules. I don't know.
No, it's the cruiser tank.
Yeah.
The Crusader is the one that came later on. I was just wondering. I'm going to roll 2 dice here, needing 5s. We do get a hit. It's going to be pen +2. It's not point blank, but it is rear armour. So I think that's pen plus another 2. So it'll be on pen +4. We're making up the difference for a lower calibre by working around behind these British vehicles. Vehicle rear armor, yeah, +2. So we're looking for a 3 or more would be good. A 1, no. So just the single pin on the cruiser tank. Okay, add Aaron's tank to the official book. It's a cruiser tank, and there's different types of cruiser tank, cruiser 1, cruiser 2, and so on. If you go all the way up to cruiser Mark 6, that was called the Crusader tank. Okay. Panzer 1 up to its blitzkrieg antics, moving through behind the infantry, and then we'll offload our shots into them. Down order's not going to help. At point blank, 3s. And straight up 4s for kills. 2. 2 and a pin on the infantry squad. And dice again. Add officer snap to action. We manoeuvred with these, then just shot the infantry, and then pulled the officer up the embankment into the soft cover. Next dice. German dice again. Yeah, we're going to call this one as 8. He's passed. This is going to be the final shot of the game. Because we've mopped up here, the German dice have just flowed through. We've gone past the officer and taken him out. Perhaps we'll say he surrendered, right? So executes him at point blank range. And then the Crusader tank is going to put a single shot surely into Panzer 1.
Panzer 1, yeah.
Okay.
It's good save.
He picks on the smaller one. Okay, 2 up. Hit. Pen +6. 8. Just about managed to get the pen. And can you pop the tank? 4+. Yay! He's done it. Well done. Well done. Panzer 1 destroyed. Perhaps the final act here from the cruiser. And with that, we'll call the game there. There's a number of other units that could be activated, but we'll leave it. We know how this game has gone. Oh, you can always breathe a sigh of relief after that one. It's been vicious stuff. Very evens for the first couple of turns. Then there was a breaking point. Really, it came with the fighter bomber attack that came through. Took out one tank. That was bad enough, but not the end of the world. But then the loss, all of a sudden, the loss of the Matilda. Huge loss. The odds were stacked well against us on that flank. Panzer II outclassed by the Matilda, but the point blank side armor hit just about got through. Took out that tank. All of a sudden, a severe casualty on both flanks for the British. Tipped both flanks in our favour, and then Germans were able to take advantage. And then we saw their armour sweeping through, blitzkrieg style, causing havoc. And then combined with that, an infantry surge through the middle, causing heavy damage as well. All of that combined together to bring about a notable German victory. But that's just the first, perhaps, of many armoured clashes on the board. Germans triumph this time around, but I've learnt a fair bit in this game. I think Aaron's... you just don't know. You can paint an army up, you can theorise about it, but you just don't know until you put it onto the board and start using it on the table. Thoughts on this one? Aaron, there's been a lot of mind chewing going on here for both sides in this game. Infantry against vehicles has been interesting. We haven't really focused on that much in our games, but there's been some prime examples of what they potentially can do here. Taking on open top vehicles has proved quite effective. The brain gun carriers makes sense. If you're a squad of 10 infantry, and you got stick grenades and so on, you could take on one of those. I think they would do it, wouldn't they?
Wouldn't pose much with.
Yeah. Okay. Units of the game. I still love my Panzer 1, Panzer 2 combos.
Yeah.
They're obsolete mid-war onwards, so we relish using them in the early war, and they proved a menace from one game to the next.
They mentioned this did a decent job of holding up the Panzer 1 for a while,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
The anti-tank rifle team did cause trouble for the Germans over on their left-hand flank. Maybe with the cruisers, because you were running 3 in this game.
3, yeah.
Like, if you had 3 or 4 of them, and you moved with 2, shot with 2, that kind of thing, where you're trying to lay down a bit more accurate firepower.
Because that would require them to hit.
Yeah. Okay, Aaron's sceptical of his cruisers. Yeah, we can see why, but we'll do it.
There's nothing wrong with them as a tank. I think it's the dice rolls.
Yeah, they're beautiful tanks, but yeah, Aaron struggled with the dice rolling, and it was frustrating seeing the Germans do better with their results coming through. I feared this game may have been tanks flowing around each other and just not causing any trouble, especially the early dice rolling, but soon enough targets started being destroyed. There's plenty of burning wrecks on the board. So that's the game. Another cracker here. We're very glad that we went down the route of modular terrain. Everything just breaks down into smaller sections and stores away. It means we can create completely different tables at every game. So to unlock all of that, it's YouTube channel membership. You'll see the tutorials for the terrain. I plan to expand that catalogue to help you build your own tables so that you can replicate the same tables you see here in our games. You can replicate for your own games of bolt action. And then do check out the campaigns as well, part of channel membership now here on Heat of Battle TV. MuddyPawTerrain, link for them below. Use that discount code for 30% off for their poly sand basing and terrain kits. And then for painting commissions, do check out Aaron's painting commission services. There is Aaron's email address so that you can contact him for your own painting commission work. Keep a lookout for more battle reports and content on the channel. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time.